Okay, let's use the trig ratios to find sine, cosine, and tangent. So what you're going to have to memorize is sine equals opposite over hypotenuse, cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan equals opposite over adjacent. So we'll learn in just a second what this means, but you will have to know this. But trust me, it's very easy. Sine opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan or tangent opposite over adjacent. And that is the way you pronounce these. These are abbreviations, but this is pronounced sine, this is pronounced cosine, and this is pronounced tan or tangent. It's important to get the pronunciations of vocab correct. All right, guys, so whenever we are using trigonometry, we're always looking at a right triangle. So it has to be a right triangle. And whenever we use cosine, or tangent, it's always sine of some angle, cosine of some angle, and tangent of some angle, because these are just ratios of the sides. So we're always going to be looking at like sine of angle A or cosine of angle B if there was a B here, or tangent of angle B, okay? And we're going to be looking at the ratios of the sides. So this would be our angle, angle A, and this side would be 3 units long. Could be kilometers, it could be inches. This would be 4 units long, and this would be 5 units long. So let's just go ahead and kind of do a problem here. Let's find the sine of angle A. Remember, it's always sine, cosine, or tangent of some angle. And you don't always have to have the angle sign in there. So the sine of angle A, well, sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. So if we're looking at angle A, the opposite side to angle A would be this side, the side that's 4 units long. And the hypotenuse would be this side. Well, we know the hypotenuse is always the side that's across from the right angle. So sine of angle A would be opposite over adjacent, right? Because sine is always opposite over adjacent. So sine of angle A is the opposite side, which is 4 over the hypotenuse. Now, the opposite side will change depending on where your angle is. If our angle is up here, like angle A is, this would be the opposite side. But if angle A was over here, then this would be the opposite side, the 3 unit length side. The hypotenuse will always stay the same though, because the hypotenuse is always directly across from the right angle. So let's look at another problem here. Find cosine of B, or you could say cosine of angle B. Well, cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So we're going to look for the adjacent side to angle B. Well, here's angle B. Adjacent means next to. Well, there's really 2 sides that are next to angle B. But this side, remember, is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse will always be directly across from the right angle. So this must be the adjacent side then. So adjacent over hypotenuse means adjacent side, 12 over the hypotenuse, which is 13, 12 over 13. Now let's find tangent of angle C, or tan of C. Well, tangent is opposite over adjacent, always, opposite over adjacent. So tan of C equals opposite over adjacent. Well, angle C is right here, so the opposite side would be 6, and the adjacent side would be 8. Remember, adjacent means next to, so, well, theoretically, there's 2 sides that are next to angle C, 2 sides that are adjacent. But this is the hypotenuse, right? It's directly across from the right angle, so this has to be the adjacent side right here.